We are now in the discussion of House Bill 2697A. Representative Post.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. To the bill.
To the bill.
Madam Speaker and colleagues, no one should ever be permitted to commit a hate crime toward another human being, which is why it's called a crime. I have a couple of concerns with the bill, most of which center around the fact that we could be creating landmines for naive kids that either don't know better or have an entirely different worldview on what something means. A couple of examples. Perhaps a student is working on a poster board for a class presentation on World War II, and on that poster is a Nazi flag. What if another student sees that child carrying that poster and isn't aware of the class that the student is going to present it in and reports it as a hate crime? Or let's say another student walks into the school wearing her mom's Lynyrd Skynyrd t-shirt, which, by the way, has a Confederate flag on it. That's part of the Lynyrd Skynyrd thing. She has no idea that it might offend someone else. She just knows she and mom went to the concert and bought the t-shirt and are fans of the band. With this bill, these students could be punished regardless of unintentionally offending a classmate. Now, even with the most contentious symbols, there are nuances, which is why I am very glad that the bill writers and drafters clarified which swastika we're talking about in this bill. Because there are other swastika symbols from other cultures and religions that are harmless and mean much to these people. Still, there are nuances here that could trap more innocent kids rather than reduce instances of hate. I would like to make one minor change to this bill if I could, and I know it can't happen here, maybe in the Senate. But in Section 1, subsection F, subsection E, symbols of hate is defined as nooses, Nazi ideology, and a Confederate battle flag. Now, there is zero doubt in my mind that nooses are an odorous and offensive symbol of hatred, violence, and murder. And by the way, when that Senate bill comes here, I will be voting yes on that. The Nazi swastika represents over 6 million Jews killed. No way one can deny that both stand for hatred in their worst and most murderous form. The Confederate flag, though I do not deny it has meaning for some that isn't the same as mine, it is in fact a symbol of a rebellion against a sovereign nation. I'm very glad that we are encouraging education on these very subjective and emotional symbols, but we should also be careful not to create a gotcha moment to punish youngsters who unintentionally offend someone else by what they bring to school, because that's what this bill could do. I can't tell you how much heartache I've had over the last few weeks over this bill. I abhor violence, hatred, racism. My life has been built. Look, I'm not a good person, really. None of us are. We're all sinners. But my life, I attempt to build upon the words of Christ, who said, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him would not perish, but have everlasting life." That's everyone. That's love in its highest and purest form. And that's the code I try to live by. I thank the carriers and writers of this bill for their hard work and the great thought that they put into it. And because the vast majority of this bill is very good, I will vote yes, but I will keep a careful eye on what happens should this bill become law. I'm going to watch it very carefully for the unintentional petition parts that could happen. So this has been a very emotional time for me considering this bill, and I thank you for indulging me for a moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. For the